Hi, do you want to know the truth about finance YouTube bloggers? Then you need to watch this video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the real ways that UK finance bloggers make money on YouTube, and I'll also be sharing the things that you need to be aware of when watching personal finance videos on YouTube. Hello and welcome to The Nimble Nomad. My name is Arjun and this is the channel where I talk about money related tips, tricks and hacks to survive and thrive in the UK. Now, I don't actually make videos like this, and actually I've never made a video like this, nor do I actually launch videos on Saturday. But I had to make a video on this because I've had to sit on the sidelines for months and watch this unfold on YouTube with other large channels, and this is something I just can't tolerate anymore. So I feel like people who watch my videos and are part of my community or otherwise should actually know the truth about what's going on within the finance blogging community on YouTube, and more specifically with the UK finance bloggers currently. So just a bit of background, I started my channel about 8 months ago, and when I first started my channel was focused more about me as a first generation immigrant who had moved to the UK, and just talking about some of the basic things that you need to know as a first generation immigrant and how to settle in the UK. Now, as I started making more videos, I realized that I want to focus more on the investing, the personal finance and the money side of things, and therefore my videos are now shifting a little bit, so you would have noticed that. But the thing is, whilst I started my channel about 8 months ago, there were a few other channels in the UK that started around the same time as well, and they've all sort of focused on the same space on investing and personal finance. Now, the thing that I want to make people aware about is a couple of things are quite common with these channels. So number one is that they all collaborate and they're on each other's channels, and they're fairly big. I mean, they're reasonable sized channels. The second thing is, and the collaboration side is not really a bad thing. That's fine, they can collaborate. But the second and the third thing is what makes it really bad. So the second thing is they all together talk about some random service or product that you've actually never heard of, and they are sharing this as if they've used it for a couple of years. And then the third thing is they talk about stocks and their portfolios and investing. Now, I'll go into point number 2 and 3 a bit more specifically in this video, but before I do want to clarify that this video is not about me complaining about these channels, but it's about me trying to make my community and my channel and the people who watch my videos aware that this is actually going on YouTube. So if you are watching any of these videos or any videos which pertain to personal finance on YouTube, just be aware of these things. And so don't take anything at face value. You just need to scrutinize it and think about it more specifically. Also, I'll go into what I do on my channel when I talk through each one of these points as well. Okay, so one of the major ways that people or YouTube content creators make money is through affiliate marketing. Now, affiliate marketing is, if you don't know what it is basically whereby a content creator gets paid for promoting a specific product or service that either they've used or they've been specifically paid for to make a video about. Now, this actually is not a bad thing because everybody's got to eat, right? But the point or the problem starts when you make a video, you push it out, but you don't actually tell your audience that either through the video or through selecting the option you get when you upload the video on YouTube, which says that this video includes a paid promotion. And people start assuming, or you make it sound like in the video, that you have been using this product or service for years and it's been very profitable, or you've really benefited from this video. Then people start using this product thinking, oh, this is actually a genuine thing. This person's trying to help me out. And they start using their hard-earned money to pay for that product or service. So if you see any of your favorite finance YouTube bloggers talking about some of these products or services on YouTube, you should really check to see if this is an affiliate marketing video and or they genuinely use it, and only then if you really look at the product to see if it fits what you are looking for. Don't just blindly follow what the YouTube content creator is talking about. So on my own channel, I have talked about Trading 212. That's actually the only or the main product or service that I've talked about on my channel. And in my case, I actually use them on a day-to-day basis. And I would never actually talk about, and I've actually never been paid for or had a company approach me saying that you should make a video about our product. And if I did, I would definitely select the option which says includes paid promotion before I uploaded any video. So if you watch any of your favorite finance YouTubers promoting or talking about a specific product, just be really careful before you go and start using that product or service, because there is a very high possibility that they have been paid for it and they've probably not selected that paid promotion option before uploading that video. So the problem only actually gets worse when they start talking about stocks and investment portfolios, and I'll get into that right now. Now, the other thing that people on YouTube really talk about is specific stocks and investments and how great their investment portfolios are and how much money they made and they invested in some penny stock or whatever it was. Now, I actually have a problem with this, because when they start talking about a penny stock or some random stock that you've never heard of, then you need to actually really look at the underlying data of that stock. Like what is it that specifically stock or that business is doing? Whether that business actually makes any money, and what are the associated technical analysis with it. Now, you will have noticed that some YouTube bloggers talk about these stocks and they talk about how great it is and how great the opportunity is. But the problem is that these guys are actually getting paid to promote these stocks. Can you believe it? So the thing is, the way it works is most companies, the management actually has their compensation very heavily linked with the stock price. And they will only get paid that compensation if the stock price reaches a certain level. Now, in order to get it to that level, what you need to do is, obviously you need to have a really good performing business. But sometimes if you don't have that, the fundamental concept of a good business, what these shady businesses do or management does is they ask or they promote their stock so that people start buying it. Now, if I was a YouTube content creator and I have a following of whatever, right? And I start promoting the stock like, this is the next big thing, this is where the opportunity is, and I bought this because of X, Y, and Z reason. And people are watching this person's video, assuming that they are a trustworthy person, then they may, think that this is actually a potential opportunity whereby they can make money. And this is where the problem starts, because firstly, the activity of promoting a stock or paying someone to promote your stock is illegal. And secondly, it can really impact people's livelihood, because somebody is using their hard-earned money to invest in a business which actually fundamentally will never go anywhere, and you may actually end up losing money. So, and the second bit is, if you are getting paid for promoting a stock, you should actually be declaring that. I mean, you can't say, oh, I bought the stock, so you should probably consider buying it as well, because this is basically the pump and dump scheme. So the stock price may go up in the short term, so maybe over the next week or so, but over a long period, so over a month or 2 months or even 6 months, the stock market will realize that this business is failing or it doesn't make any money, and the share price will go to zero, if anything. So if you've invested in any of these stocks, you will lose all your money. So this is the second bit that I would really urge people to be very careful when you're watching these stock videos. And if a YouTuber is talking about really random stock that you've never heard of, just go and look at the actual technical analysis. It doesn't take that much. Just look at what is the PE ratio, how much are you paying per price of that share for the earnings that you're getting from that business. Or does the business even make money? Because sometimes if you have a negative earnings per share, EPS, that means the business is actually loss making. So would you want to invest in a loss making business? So these are some basic things that you should look at. So the third thing that is in play is collaboration, and a lot of YouTubers collaborate with other YouTubers, which is they feature in their other people's YouTube channels, and that kind of is not a bad thing because you basically want to promote your channel, you want to grow your channel, and that's absolutely fine. The problem actually starts when you have videos which are talking about affiliate marketing or specific stocks or some investing course, even though the person only started investing 6 months ago. And these other YouTubers are commenting saying, yeah, that's such an amazing video, or I really like you, or I really appreciate the advice that you provide. You start thinking, wow, this is actually a genuine video, and I should trust this person who's making this video. This is where things can get a bit gray shaded. So people will assume that this is a very trustworthy person, and they may actually start really listening to what they're saying. So this brings me to the point that ultimately, when you invest and you are dealing with finances, it's good to go and understand and watch people on YouTube and see what advice is out there, but always take it with a pinch of salt. Even if you're watching my own YouTube channel, you don't have to take anything that I say for granted, because investing, money, saving, all of these things are personal. They are completely personal to you, and it's your money and your hard-earned cash that we're talking about here. So you should do the right thing for yourself. Don't listen to some random person on internet, including myself, when you're dealing with money that is yours. Now, before I end this video, I do want to say that if I ever produce any sort of content which talks about a product or service and I have been paid for it, I will be sure to actually select the paid for or sponsored product in there as the video option when you see it. And if I talk about stocks, I would only do it from a perspective that it is a long-term holding or stock that I'm investing in, which I have specific reasoning for. It's one of the reasons why I don't want to at the moment go into specific stock investing, because I feel like I would end up misleading people, and that's definitely not what I want to do. As I've said, all of this stuff is really personal. So just wanted to make you aware of all of this stuff. If this video did help you out, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.